Hey everybody, this is Kevin, and today I'm going to talk about Ibonds. Should you buy them? Should you sell them? Should you hold them? I mean, there's three things you could do with Ibonds. So the rate of 6.89% is going to start to reset to a lower interest rate May 1st and do so over the next 6 months. So there is a thing called tranches in finance. It's a French word. I don't know the exact definition, but it's like an individual purchase that was made. And I will show you my individual purchases. And the reason why I said the interest rate will begin to reset in May is because it does depend on when you bought the Ibonds. It's a rolling 6 months of interest depending on when you bought. This is what makes them complex, and this is what I wish it wasn't, but it is. So I bought some Ibonds, $1,000 worth, back in November of 2021. I'll get to the interest rate in a second, but you can see that $1,000 is now almost $1,100. This will be one of those tranches that resets May 1st, and the earliest I would want to sell this would be August 1st. So although we're not allowed to make general recommendations, what I could say is if you were digging that 6.89% interest for the 6-month time period, and you have to take the 6.89 and divide it by 2 because it's only for 6 months, all of you would have gotten for some period of time 3.445%, depending on when you purchased that. So you could still get this today, April of 2023. You could still get this for the next 6 months. You could get this 3.445, which is an annualized rate of 6.89. This is the reason why people are saying, hey, I didn't buy my Ibonds for 2023. Should I buy them now? And so that looks like yes. However, we believe, and I say we believe because this is what it looks like will happen, but we don't have this exact number, so don't hold us to it. We believe starting May 1st, the rate will reset from a 6.89 to a 3.9. Now, this is the 3.5 plus the fixed rate, which is 0.4. Again, we don't know for sure either of these rates will be right, but it's going to be somewhere around 3.9%. So let's say that you buy Ibonds today, April 1st, and I'm sorry for the calculator, but we need to do that. So you get 3.445% in the first 6 months. That would be from April 1st until April, May, June, July, August, September. And then in October, you would reset over to the 3.9%. So it's not really 3.9, it's 3.9 divided by 2. Which is 1.95. So when we add the 3.44%, which is the first 6 months to that, we get a 5.39, which is great. However, with Ibonds, if you do not hold them for 5 years, you will have a surrender of 3 months of interest. So in this case, we would have to subtract the 3 months of lost interest, which is minus 0.975. I believe that's the right number. But anyway, it's somewhere around 4.2, 4.3% would be your actual return. So here's what everybody is saying online. They're saying, hey, you can get a higher rate buying CDs than 4.4% for a year and a day and for T-bills. But this is actually not terrible. I mean, this is, we talked yesterday that many of our clients have held money in banks for years and gotten, 0.25. Some still are. So this is not terrible, but just so you know, buying Ibonds today or the rest of this month and then surrendering it a year and a day later, you would lose, a little bit of interest. So you would get 4.42%. Not terrible. So should you buy Ibonds today? You could. There are some vehicles that are higher, but since you know how to do this already, that might not be a bad idea. So the next question is, should you sell or hold the Ibonds that you already bought? Well, you most likely want to hold them until you get 3 months of the not sweet interest, the loser interest, I'll call it now. So right now you're getting 6.89% interest. Again, you get that for a 6-month time period. Back to tranches, unfortunately. There are unfortunately 12 months in the year, which means that you could have bought your I-bonds 12 different months. And this shows when your interest will reset to the lower. So the first tranche group of monies that will reset to that 3.9% will be those ones that bought in November of either 2021 or November of 2022. And then you want the loser interest rate for 3 months if you want to surrender with a lower penalty. So right here again. So you wait May, June, July, you then have that 3.9%, so you'll lose 0.975. Now, so that's the reason why you might want to wait to sell. Now, the final question is, what was the mission in the first place for these I-bonds? For most of us, the reason why we bought I-bonds was because we wanted to get the high rate, and it was guaranteed, and it was guaranteed by the U.S. government. You could not lose money. Those are pretty good reasons. So, if that was your sole reason of buying the I-bonds, then yeah, sell them after you get the lower rate of surrender. But if you decided, hey, I just want to hold on to them, let them ride, I have money that's in a lot of different places, this is the human factor as opposed to just pure economics. Sometimes we all get crazy with what would an economist tell us to do. But if you wanted to hold these for a while and see what happens with inflation, that's not the worst idea in the world, because these I-bonds only get taxed when you sell them. So if you want to continue to defer tax, again, 5.3 is not a bad interest rate. It goes down to 4.4 something, I think. It's not terrible. So you could definitely hold for another 6 months and wait and see. So hopefully this was helpful. I know it's complex, and please ask us questions in the comments below, email us, or get in contact with us. Thanks so much.
Leading Edge Financial Planning, LLC is a registered investment advisor. Advisory services are only offered to clients or prospective clients where Leading Edge Financial Planning and its representatives are properly licensed or exempt from licensure. For additional information, please visit our website at www.leadingedgeplanning.com. The information provided is for educational and informational purposes only. It does not constitute investment advice, and it should not be relied on as such. It should not be considered a solicitation to buy or an offer to sell a security. It does not take into account any investor's particular investment objectives, strategies, tax status, or investment horizon. You should consult your attorney or tax advisor. The views expressed in this commentary are subject to change based on market and other conditions. These documents may contain certain statements that may be deemed forward-looking statements. Please note that any such statements are not guarantees of any future performance, and actual results or developments may differ materially from these projected. Any projections, market outlooks, or estimates are based upon certain assumptions and should not be construed as indicative of actual events that will occur. All information has been obtained from sources believed to be reliable, but its accuracy is not guaranteed. There is no representation or warranty as to the current accuracy, reliability, or completeness of, nor liability for, decisions based on such information, and it should not be relied on as such.